I'm James Cossons. I am the Youth Advisor to the Board of Trustees for the Royal Lifesaving Society UK, and we are the drowning prevention charity in the UK.
xRhythms.
Can you tell us a little bit about the Royal Lifesaving Society?
Of course, yeah. So we are the drowning prevention charity in the UK, whose ultimate aim is to ensure that everyone enjoys the water safely.
So that leads me to my second question of, can you tell us a little bit about your role in the society?
Sure, yeah. So I'm lucky enough to sit on the Board of Trustees. So I advise the board on all things youth related within the society, ensuring that there's that young person's voice at the top of the organisation. But aside from that, I'm also an instructor as well, sort of my local club, sort of hosting and running training sessions for young people, teaching them how to be safe around water, giving school presentations, and just really ensuring to get the message out there.
That does lead into the next question actually, is why is Drowning Prevention Week so important?
So all drowning we feel is preventable, right? So to us, one drowning is one too many, and we aim to use Drowning Prevention Week to really spread the message as far as we possibly can. So we just really want to ensure that we've got that week at this time of year where the weather is slowly starting to heat up, but maybe not today. But especially, it's our longest running campaign, and this is our 8th year now. Which, as I said, just really aims at ensuring people are aware of the dangers that water can bring, but also how they can actually enjoy it safely.
How do we make sure we're safe around water?
Water can bring things like under the water surface. There could be rocks, there could be sudden drop-offs where people can suddenly get out their depth very quickly. And probably the biggest thing in the UK is actually the water temperature. So the water temperature can be incredibly cold, even though we've had a couple of weeks of hot weather. It can actually still be incredibly cold. So that can bring its own sets of dangers with it. So it's just ensuring that you've given it a good look before you're going to make that conscious decision. Obviously, the best thing we can do is swim or go into the water where there's supervision, so ensuring there's a lifeguard about. Making sure that someone knows where you're going, so God forbid you do get into trouble, someone knows where you are and someone can go and raise the alarm.
So in the instance of, like, we see a person drowning or we see a friend drowning, in your own words, like, what is the procedure?
Yeah, so I think, the very first thing that we always say is try not to get into the water. Getting into the water to save someone is the absolute last resort, and the reason for that is because obviously that person who is drowning in there is drowning for a reason, right? So you going in can potentially add another casualty to the situation, which then makes two people to save, which makes the situation a lot harder. Lots of people, when they drown, actually panic, so sometimes just having sort of a guiding voice trying to calm somebody down to bring them to the side can always work. And it's always people's first instincts, right, is to get in, go and get them. But actually, no, it's really not the best thing to do. Always try and rescue them from the side and make sure you've dialed 999 and that help is on the way.
What advice would you give someone if they want to adventure into water?
The biggest thing is think about it, right? Make that conscious decision yourself. But is this really a really good idea? Unfortunately, peer pressure can be a huge thing. Go in, go on. It's not that far. It's not that deep. It's not that cold. And so far this year, we've actually lost 4 under-16s to drowning from very sort of similar situations to that. So the bit of advice is really think about what you are doing. Is the water cold? Is there good supervision in place? Have you checked for those dangers? Have you made sure that this really is a good idea before you ventured in?
Surprising, that's the end of the questions. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking the time out of your schedule to come here and educate us around the awareness of drowning today.
No problem at all.